Okay, fish keepers, I'm going to do a quick rundown of my saltwater tanks in my house. I'll do the freshwater another day. This is my newest tank. It's a 25-gallon acrylic cube. It has a gold stripe maroon clown, a blue hippo tang, and the two of them have grown up since they were the size of a dime. They're inseparable, and so as I move them up the ladder in tank size, they will stay together. There's also a couple of blue-green chromie, 3 peppermint shrimp, and 1 camel shrimp. And the tank has been up 2 weeks, and the nitrates are below 5, so it seems to be doing quite well. It's live rock and live sand, and the reason why I was able to put my fish in there after 3 days is because I used some marine pure media out of my large saltwater tank and thus created an instant aquarium setup for my fish. I'll show you a quick view. I'm using a AquaClear 70, and there is the media that I used. And my advice to any fish keeper out there, if you cannot wait and you want your fish in immediately, just make sure you used already cycled media. And it's just like having a water change, a large volume water change. When you use already cycled media, it's okay for your fish. I waited a couple of days because I wanted to be sure, and I tested every day. And as you can see, the fish are thriving and everything is fine. Next up, I have the tank that these fish were in, and it's my 10-gallon acrylic tank. This one I use as my tank when I first get my fish in, to make sure that they're free of diseases, and I make sure they're eating. Right now I have a newly purchased purple tang, who I absolutely love, and he's been eating wonderfully. He is about, I would say, medium size, not too small but not too large. And by the way, a little piece of advice that I've found out through my own trial and tribulations: if you really want your newly acquired saltwater fish, or any fish for that matter, to thrive at your house, feed them often when you first get them. If they're not eating, you know there's a problem. But if you can feed them often, like I feed this guy 4 or 5 times a day, and that builds up their immunity, and they were able to fight off any disease if they happen to have it. But all my fish I treat like this, and I've been succeeding quite well. By the way, this 10-gallon acrylic long, it's a 10-gallon long, it's an acrylic tank. It's my only saltwater tank with 0 nitrates. That's right, I said it. 0 nitrates in a 10-gallon tank. Is it because of the deep sand bed in certain spots? Is it because the water is great? Is it because of the media? I don't know. But it's the only tank that has 0 nitrates. And it's great for a hospital tank or a quarantine tank because it doesn't put any stress on your newly acquired fish. Let's see if I can give a little close-up. He's kind of hiding. He's quite stunning. I feed him veggie food nori sheets, mysis shrimp, brine shrimp. Like I said, I feed him 4 to 5 times a day, and I let him eat his fill. All right, I'm going to pause for a moment and take you to the other tanks. Here's my 75-gallon all-in-one acrylic saltwater tank. And the rabbitfish and the foxface rabbitfish were in the 10-gallon, and I made sure they were eating and fed them constantly. And when I was sure they were free of any diseases and they were eating properly, I put them in the large tank, and you can see they're doing quite well. This tank has been up about 1.5 years. It's made by Clear for Life, 75-gallon. It's an all-in-one. There's a sump built into the back of it. I run a aqua UV light. I also have live rock, live sand, and I'll get a close-up of some of the fish in here. Really a nice tank. I haven't been able to get the nitrates to 0, but they're low. I do frequent water changes. And then I'll take you over to the last saltwater tank in my house. It's a 35-gallon cube, which is right next to it. And just purchased this tank recently, and it's got only 2 fish in there. I'm going to add some coral tomorrow, but these are 2 very small fish. One is a clown trigger, you can see there, and the other one is a porcupine puffer, everybody's favorite, very friendly. Like I said, I know these fish get large, and this is a 35-gallon hexagon fish tank. Of course, they would be moving to a larger tank when the time is right, but they're about the size of a quarter, maybe a quarter for the puffer, and the size of a dime for the trigger. I've never seen one this small. So let's see here. And this tank has worked out quite well too. It's run on a canister filter. And of course, all my tanks have circulation pumps in there. I believe in those wholeheartedly. And I run all my tanks at 78 degrees. And they all have heaters made by Eheim. And of course, they all have heater controllers. All right, that was a quick rundown of my saltwater aquariums. If you have any questions or comments, please list them below and I'll be happy to read and reply. I'll be showing you my freshwater tanks in the coming future. Please add the notification bell and subscribe to my YouTube account. I plan on making more videos in the near future. Thank you.